Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo, welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with y'all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, obviously I'm here to talk about my Panthers again. The offseason picture looks a little bit clearer, and there's some things that happened over the weekend. Obviously, the NFL Combine started, whatever, and our Ron Rivera talked about the team and what he thinks our direction is going to be. So, wanted to get in there and tell y'all, what's going on and how I feel about it. So, let's get started. So, the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is that with great sadness, I have to say that reports came out that the Panthers probably are not going to trade for Jarvis Landry. I am deeply saddened by this. Obviously, I wanted us to get Jarvis Landry. I understand why, though. One, because you have to give him a draft pick, whatever. Plus, you'll still have to pay him. That was not, kind of in the cards. And plus, they also said that they want a receiver with more top-end speed, meaning that, he could have that big playability. And Jarvis Landry's not really that. He's a very good possession receiver. He catches a lot of balls. He has very good hands, but he's not really that quick. But another thing that happened was that Ron Rivera said they are looking for another veteran receiver that could be that number 1 or number 2 receiver. So we are going to probably go after the receiver in free agency. I really want to be Allen Robinson. I've been on the Allen Robinson bandwagon whatever for a while. Don't know if he is. He hasn't got a franchise tag to my knowledge. But it could be a Sammy Watkins. You know what I'm saying? It could be a Marquise Lee. Which to me, I never was a big fan of Sammy Watkins. I feel like he was too kind of inconsistent. Whatever, he was on the Bills, and he had an issue, and he's not really a receiver I would want. But I understand, man. If he's a pretty fast receiver, he can go deep. So I understand they go after Sammy Watkins. But my choice will always be Allen Robinson. I think Allen Robinson is the receiver we need. He's a bigger body. He's like 6'3", you know what I'm saying? But he has that top end speed. He can create separation. And he also can do jump balls and stuff like that. So he's actually very good at route running. So for me, Allen Robinson will be the pick. But it all plays out into who goes after him. Because I'm pretty sure San Fran might make a push for Allen Robinson. Because he seems like he's the best receiver out of the draft. Out of free agency right now. And, so we'll see how that whole thing plays out. But one small tidbit was that, the Panthers are going to be looking for a veteran receiver in free agency, and they were looking for one not to just fill spots, but like to be like a number 1 or number 2. So we'll see how that plays out. Whatever. Allen Robinson is my pick, but we'll see what happens then. And the other thing that came out of this whole weekend or whatever, the combine situation, whatever, was that the Panthers have been obviously interviewed Sony Michel, which is a running back from Georgia, whatever, and I think they might be leaning towards trying to get him. Now, mind you, there's a lot of good running backs in the draft, and I think there's going to be, even if we don't get him, whatever, with the, a top pick, whatever, we can still get some good running backs. But the reason why I'm thinking about he's leaning towards them, Sony Michel, is because, one, you know what I'm saying, when they asked him, do they want a running back that's like Jonathan Stewart, as far as the bigger back, whatever, which is power, whatever, he was like, that doesn't have to be that. And he brought up Daniel Tomlinson, which is, he was, kind of like, Daniel Tomlinson was an all-around back. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't huge. He wasn't huge where he, was just power and no speed. And he wasn't just small where when he split no power. He was a good mixture of both. And I think that's what they're looking at. And I think they think Sony Michel is that type of player where he can, break away when he needs to or impose his will or whatever when he has to also, and he can catch out the backfield. So that's what I'm thinking. This is a very good time to cut Jonathan Stewart. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it sucks to lose him, but it's a very good time to cut him because this draft class is loaded with running backs. They said literally, the top 10 running backs are all pretty good, whatever. You can go like round 1 to like round 3 as far as running back goes. So for us, with 2 third-round picks and also, just how we are currently with cutting Jonathan Stewart, we have a lot of choices at running back. So Sony Michel is one, that we should probably keep our eye on because he's, from what I heard, they're interviewing him and he seems like he might be one of their candidates or one of the top candidates they're targeting. Obviously, we want to get Darius Gucci, whatever his name is, because he had a great combine, and so did Saquon Barkley. But let's be honest, they're gonna probably be gone before we get on the board. I was thinking maybe we're gonna go towards like a Nick Chubb. One thing I had trepidation with him is that obviously he got injured and he messed up his knee or whatever. But I kind of seen them straight away from that when they said they don't need a running back like John Stewart because he's a bigger back. Even though he ran faster than Sony Michel in the combine, I think they're more leaning towards Sony Michel because he's more fluid the way he moves. His cuts more fluid. But I was surprised. I was thinking more of maybe a Nick Chubb or a bigger back because obviously we were trying to do. I thought we were trying to do that same Jonathan Stewart, DeAndre Williams type dynamic, but it seems like they're trying to do a LaDainian Tomlinson, Darren Sproles dynamic with Christian McCaffrey and what the running back they draft. So we'll see. I think our team's gonna be looking pretty good as far as running back situation because there's so many running backs in this draft and they're not gonna go pretty fast. So we'll see. I think Sony Michel looked pretty good, but even if we don't get him, I think we'll still be in pretty good hands because there's a lot of running backs in this draft class. And there's one other thing I want to talk about, as far as the NFL Combine goes, whatever. The first day of the NFL Combine started today, whatever, and one thing I definitely paid attention to, whatever, was Orlando Brown from Oklahoma's horrible Combine performance. Horrible. He ran a horrible time. He bench pressed only 14 times with 225 pounds. He had a horrible Combine performance. But my thing is, and this is good for us Panther fans, and I'm going to tell you why. Because one man's trash is another man's treasure. I think this Combine is going to hurt him. I think he's going to fall. And I think we could get a really good left tackle for a probably cheap price. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that, I'm more of a tape guy. I'm not really a Combine person. I like watching the Combine. I think it's real cool to watch it, whatever, but at the end of the day, the tape says what the tape says. You know what I'm saying? We get too caught up with the Combine numbers and, oh, how does this dude do this and that and whatever, because, some people, it's just like, anything else. If I'm not a good test taker and, you guys are hyping me up for this one test or one, performance I have to do, whatever, I might do bad. You know what I'm saying? There's a ton of people who, we capitalized on people who thought weren't that good. Obviously, Josh Norman, he ran a 4.6 in the Combine. You know what I'm saying? Antonio Brown, obviously, what his situation was. So, you can't get too caught up on these Combine numbers and everything like that. I think Orlando Brown's a good left tackle, and if we can, hopefully he falls. If he falls to us at number or in the first round, whatever, I want us to pull the trigger. As much as I want a receiver, we need a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? We need a left tackle. And imagine this lineup. Imagine this lineup, guys. Orlando Brown, Taylor Moton, you know what I'm saying? Probably not Ryan Khalil because he's probably retired by then. But Orlando Brown, Taylor Moton, whoever we have at center, Trey Turner, and Darrell Williams. That would be a formidable offensive line. You know what I'm saying? A very formidable offensive line. And, you know what I'm saying? Also, they're going for a veteran wide receiver. Let's say we had Allen Robinson, Devin Funchess, and let's say we draft another receiver in the draft, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let's say James Washington or, I don't know, a DJ Moore or something like that, whatever. Our offensive line, receiving core, and let's say we get a good running back like a Sony Michel or, even somebody later in that, you know what I'm saying? Carolina Johnson, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever runner we get. But if we have, my thing is this, if we have a dominant line, you know what I'm saying, a good receiving core, and a serviceable back, because let's be honest, you know what I'm saying, running back also depends on the offensive line too. Depending on your offensive line, depending on how good you're going to be as a running back. Well, you know what I'm saying, let's say we have a serviceable running back, I think our offense could be pretty high powered, and this will be able to be doable, you know what I'm saying, because of that, you know what I'm saying. So for me, I would, definitely want us, hopefully he falls. I think he's going to be a good left tackle. I think people take too much stake and credit in, you know what I'm saying, the Combine, and I think this might be a very interesting thing that happens for the Panthers. We'll see about that, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully it works out that way, but we'll see. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, hopefully Ron Rivera and Marty Herney decide to pull the trigger on that if he does fall that far. I think we should definitely get him, you know what I'm saying. Matt Khalil has not been playing well, and Taylor Moton, obviously if we're not going to get Norwell or a star, we got to fill Taylor Moton into the guard spot. So I think that would be a good lineup. Hopefully it works out. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with y'all. Cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And get in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think about us not going after Jarvis Landry. Do you think that's a mistake? Do you think it's a good thing? How do you feel about, maybe us interviewing Sony Michel and how we feel about that? And do you think he should be the one we should go after? And definitely tell me what you think about the Orlando Brown situation. Do you think do you think we might be able to, pull a trigger on him? And do you think we should, or should we stick with Matt Khalil? Because me personally, I think Orlando Brown for Oklahoma will be very good for us. I think our line will be solidified because I think our weakest link is our left tackle. And I'm leaning kind of that way, man. If he falls that far, I would like him, or obviously the Notre Dame, tackle, Mike McGinley, whatever. But I don't know. I think he might have went ahead of Orlando Brown because of this whole combine situation. So get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all next time.